Hi. I'm not sure what happened to my intro, and I'm not sure what happened to my camera there for a minute. That's fun, right? Ah, it's just the fun thing that's like going around for me. All right. So I'm so sorry that I missed last week, and I cannot thank all of you enough for all of your beautiful well wishes and like all your healing energy and just all this wonderful. I mean, you guys are just freaking awesome. So thank you so much. I'm still like in a little bit of a lag, let's call it. Um, it's been really weird. So my blood pressure is finally coming back to mostly in control. Um it's a good way to put it, right? Um but it's been some interesting there's been some interesting stuff going on. So I'm very grateful to have all of you here and supporting me, and thank you for all of the beautiful messages and texts. And I got Facebook Messenger, emails, texts, people commenting on the videos, but it's just been a tough week. So thank you so much for everything. I mean, it was outstanding. But I'm mostly, like I said, I'm mostly back in the game. I've been trying to play catch up this week like nobody's business. I mean, really. And then I don't know what happened to like my intro tonight. It just like evaporated. It just went away. But my camera's been doing that too. So I have a new camera, but I haven't finished setting it up yet. Um and I'm thirsty. I know. I have to drink like it's crazy. Like I have to drink like a lot of water, but then I'm not supposed to drink like too much. It's so weird. Yeah, a lot of weird stuff. But I have to say, I have discovered a couple of new things, and it's probably not new to anyone else but me. Um, the marvelous and awesome power that is rosemary. And you guys, I talk about rosemary all the time because I grow it in my garden. I really love rosemary. I use it for everything magical. Let me tell you how much that is some healing stuff right there. If you have a headache that won't go away, migraine, let's go ahead and say that. I'm not used to that word because this was my very first migraine ever, ever. And they're trying now to figure out whether I had a migraine and it made my blood pressure elevated, or if I had elevated blood pressure and it triggered a migraine. So we're just not really sure what happened. Like last week, a little bit crazy, that's fun. But still, rosemary is freaking awesome. Rosemary, peppermint oil. Man, I rated my doTERRA stock. Once I found out what was wrong with me, I rated my doTERRA oils and I was just like, oh, we got to do something. Mm. And so I'm also like taking a bunch of new supplements. I'm taking like magnesium, and I'm good at research. I do have, that biology background for a reason, right? um so it's good times, but I'm so much better, and I cannot thank you guys enough for like everything, really. Now this week there's so much that I want to talk to you guys about. And before I get on my little soapbox about what you're asking the universe, like what is it that you're telling the universe? What words are you using? Mhm. And after I praise the healing power of rosemary and peppermint oil, so awesome, so incredible. Um I want to preface this by saying I've had like a headache hangover this week. And it actually didn't go away until really yesterday morning. So again, very interesting. But so I'm talking to one of my clients, and he's been a client of mine for years, like 5 or 6 years. Um and I guess the first time I talked to him, I was pregnant with my son and he's 6. So yeah, about 5 or 6 years at least that I've been like talking to this man. So for years I have like, I tell him what I see and I'm like, this is what I'm seeing and stuff like that when I'm doing his readings. But I also he doesn't like directness. Do you guys know that? Like, any of you readers out there, like some people like for you just to give it to them straight. They want to hear all of the details. They want to hear you, hear what spirit has to say. If spirit is saying, "Hey, tell them not to do this. Just don't do it. This is going to be really bad." They want to hear that. They don't want you to tap dance. They don't want you to ease into it. They want to hear just the absolute like this is what's going on. Okay, so I have a lot of clients like that like to hear it that way, that like to hear the messages that way. Then I have clients that you can't be direct with them because it messes them up. Any of you readers out there, do you have this where you can't say something to them and you can't say, no, that's the wrong person for you? Or if they come to you and say, is this man or woman or goat or whoever they're dating, you can't say, if they go, is this the one? And you say, no, they're seeing like 4 other people. Like, you can't say that to a lot of people. It'll mess them up, right? So sometimes you have to come in at an angle with it and you have to say, well, I see them around a lot of other men or women or whatever. I think that you need to like explore this a little bit. I think that you need to open yourself up and I think that you need to be careful about um like the communications, you know? And what do you feel? Because I'm hearing that your intuition is being triggered at times and making sure, telling them like, take care of yourself. Don't let yourself be, gaslighted through something, blah, blah, blah. So you have those two kinds of clients, right? Where one, you can come in and you can directly say, that man is sleeping with like 5 other people, or that woman is cheating on you from here to Sunday. You can say that. But other people, you have to just come in at an angle. Okay, not a problem. This is one of those people. This guy is one of those people that you have to come in at an angle. Like, I have to approach him at an angle because again, years ago, I said something to him very directly. I was like, "No, this is not what you should do. This is what you need to." And he was just like, he didn't like that. And I was like, oops. All right. So I've always just like sort of taken him around, the block and I've like eased him into situations so that because his spirit guides are very direct. That's what's so funny. His spirit guides are some of the most direct guides that I've ever talked to because you too, when you talk to some of these people's guides that some of them will be like, no, I need them to figure this out for themselves. Or they'll say, I want them to do this, but I'm not going to tell them why. Like they'll just, you have those spirit guides for some of your clients too. So I'm like dealing with both. But his spirit guides are very direct. They're very like on top of it and they just go, "No, if he does this, then this is going to happen and end." And I'm like, okay, so, how do I talk to this guy? So this week, I'm dealing with my headache hangover from my very first migraine at 50. That's awesome, isn't it? Nobody told me this, by the way, that I was gonna be in perimenopause and it was gonna trigger my um so so I'm talking to this guy, and he I, I don't know that he's gonna come back to me as a client, and I'm not sorry. I'll just be real honest with you. I'm not sorry here because he he's just like kind of gotten off the rails. But so he was talking to me and he goes, a man don't want. And I was like, I'm gonna stop you right there. I'd had enough. And usually, I mean, I can be bitchy. I really can. I try to be nice. I'm trying to make up for the karma and the shit storms that I fit throwings and whatever I did in my 20s. I'm trying to make up for that shit. All right. But sometimes, you got to smack them down. So he said, a man don't want, and I was just like, I'm gonna stop you right there. First of all, you don't know every man on this planet. Done. You don't know every man on this planet. There's a shit ton of men out there that aren't even looking for a woman. What a shocker there. There's a shit ton of men out there that are looking for a different kind of woman than what you're looking for. But your problem is what you're manifesting. And he was like, "What?" Cuz I hadn't spoken to him like this in years. And I said, "Your problem is what you're manifesting." I said, "For years, I have heard you say, your spirit guides have heard you say, you want a strong woman that knows who she is. You want a strong woman that can carry her own load and that knows who she is." I said, "Have you not said that?" And he goes, "Yes." And I said, "But that's not what you want, is it?" And he goes, "No, I think I know what I want." And I said, "Okay, try this one on. This is what I see you wanting." I said, "You want a woman that knows who she is, but you want a woman that is going to follow where you lead her. You want a woman that is going to follow where you lead her. You don't want a woman that is running a business. You don't want a CEO. You don't want somebody that is like knows what they deserve. You want a woman that knows who she is and knows that she is the wind beneath your wings. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want. You want somebody that, yeah, she may have a job because he referred to his last girlfriend. No, that's not true. It wasn't his last girlfriend. One of his girlfriends was a teacher, and he referred to her job as easy. I have 2 kids in school, and let me tell you something. If I had to teach those kids, that 6-year-old and that 8-year-old, if I had to teach them every day in a classroom with 21 of their closest friends, I would be hurting somebody. I taught adults. I taught college age, and that was okay because I could communicate with them. I could walk in the room and be like, "Y'all, here's what we're going to do today because I'm not feeling it. I don't know if you are." And I was in Colorado. I'd be like, "It's snowing outside. If y'all want to get out of here on time, this is what we need to do." You can't tell that to a bunch of grade schoolers. All right. So he referred to her job as like, it's easy. Yeah. She broke up with him, and I'm glad she did. Um, so he thinks that if you're not doing his job, that it's just like a side thing, whatever. So he wants somebody that will have like some little poly part-time job and then take care of him. Do his laundry, do his cooking to his specifications, by the way. Um, clean the house. If they choose to have children, that they'll take care of the children and maybe they'll stay home. Or again, maybe they'll just work part-time while his kids, are home. So I told him, I was like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you wanting that kind of woman. They do exist. And I was like, but you are telling the universe that you want a strong woman that can carry her own load and that can like take care of herself and knows herself. And I said, you are asking for the wrong woman and you need to watch what you are saying, what you're putting out there. Because we're in a place, the full moon is the 5th. Yeah, the full moon is February 5th. So we're in a place of manifesting right now because you manifest as the moon grows, right? We manifest with the moon, we release with the moon. And so he was just stunned that I said that to him. And I was like, "No, you're asking for the wrong kind of woman. You are saying out loud what you think is appropriate. You're saying out loud what you think is trendy." And I was like, "But you don't want a CEO. You want a woman that's going to follow you all over the place, travel with you in your business, or stay home with your children." And I was like, those women do exist, but that's not what you want. And he was just stunned that I said this. And I started thinking because I've had several, including one person on, I did a live that was just readings one night. And this guy told me in the live chat, that he doesn't manifest. He goes, "No, I don't do any of that. I don't do any manifesting." The hell you don't. If you are thinking it, if you are saying it out loud, you're manifesting it. You're manifesting it. It's not that secret thing that you hide deep in your heart, deep in the little pocket of like hope, "Oh, I hope someday I win the lottery." Okay, that's something that you tuck away and keep hidden, right? But if you're saying actively all the time to the universe, "I want to win that lottery jackpot." Those are two different things. Do you see what I'm saying? If you are saying it out loud, if you are putting it out there, if you're telling people, if you're talking about it like to your friend groups or when y'all are out drinking or having dinner or whatever, if you're saying it, that's manifesting. That's attracting. You're putting out that big magnet to bring it in. That's part of the law of attraction. That's why that book back there, where is it? Ask and it is given. That law of attraction method, what does it tell you to do? It tells you to change your thoughts and what your words. When you say, "I want this kind of person," or "I want this kind of car," or "this kind of job," that's the kind of magnet that you are setting up for yourself. And that's what you're going to draw in, right? I knew what I was doing with Dr. Seuss. I didn't ask to bring in a millionaire before I started dating Dr. Seuss. I asked for some very specific things. And y'all are going to laugh, and I don't know if I'm going to get kicked off of Facebook for this, but I asked, and I'm not even joking, I asked for a hairy chested man that could make me laugh and that we were compatible, you know, in bed. Yeah. I was gonna say patty cake, but I don't know how many of you have seen Roger Rabbit. Yeah. So, I that's what I asked for, and that's what I got. I didn't ask for, like, anything like an electrician or a plumber or somebody who made a lot of money. I didn't ask for any of that. I knew what I wanted. I was in my late 30s, and I was just like, I want a hairy chested man that's compatible with me playing patty cake. You can read between those lines, right? And that can make me laugh. And that's what I got. So I I knew what I wanted. I didn't really think I was ever going to get married. We didn't get married until I was 40. I never planned on getting married. I just knew that was the kind of partner I wanted. It works. I mean, hey, it's the longest relationship I've ever had. Well, outside of my dogs. But the thing is, it's important what you say, not what you're tucking away, hiding in your heart, right? Oh, Becky, that's hilarious. I wrote down a list of what I wanted before I met my husband. Yeah, it works. It does. So, when you are asking for something, when you're looking for a new job, a new home, a new outlet, a new whatever, if you're dating and you're on dating apps, I talked to my friend Magali about this earlier today too, because I was actually going to make a TikTok about this, but I'm not really skilled at the whole TikTok thing yet, and I don't know about somebody stitching me. I don't know if I could do that. hmm So, but the thing is, like, you put out there what it is that you want. Say it. Say it. And be honest about it. I mean, really. Do you know how many of my friends laughed because I was like, I want a hairy chested man? They were like, oh, gross. I can't stand that. And I was like, well, it's on my menu, not yours. So, I mean, that's the thing is that you put out there what you want to attract. Hey, Courtney, really, you can turn that off? I just want people to see that you are manifesting. If you are saying it, if you're speaking it into existence, you're manifesting. And again, my friend Veronica, every time I open my mouth and say something negative, she goes, don't speak that into existence. Don't speak that into existence. And she's right. She's absolutely right. Don't bring that in. There's no reason for that. So instead of me looking in the mirror and saying, I'm fat, I look in the mirror and go, hey, you carried two babies, you know, not too shabby. And you did it in your 40s. Oh, yeah. This body has survived 9 pregnancies, lots of good things. Point it out. Point it out. Don't do what I did and go to my dentist and say, oh, I have so much dental work. I'm probably going to put your kids through college. Well, now I feel like I am putting his kids through college. I'm just joking. But the thing is, when you put that out there, when you say, I have this or I want this, you are assigning a magnet to that statement. You're assigning it and bringing it in. I knew, like, and I did this over the weekend. I was trying to get rest and I was trying to recoup from this and from all this mess that I had last week. And I kept saying, I'm going to be so busy next week. I'm not going to be able to keep up. It's almost been like that. And it's my fault. I did that. And it's not just with clients, it's just with everything. So you have to change the tone. You have to put it out there, and it takes time. It's not instant gratification. It takes time to get that done. It really does. I wrote my manifestations down in the back of my gratitude journal. I write specifics like I want a new position that's fully remote. See, okay, that's really great, Jen. That is really, really awesome. So she writes her manifestations down in the back of her gratitude journal and puts specifics on it, put specific things on it. So that's amazing, right? I mean, I'm so superstitious that I do things because of superstitions as well. So on my calendar that I keep all my appointments and like the log of who I read for and how long and stuff, that's usually sitting here where the cat is, or here where my incense is. And I got tired of dusting the incense off of my calendar, so I moved it. But I only write my clients and the money that's coming in green ink. I don't I don't know why. I mean, it's just superstition. is straight superstition. I have a client that every time she writes down things about her, like her future husband, of what she's trying to bring in, she writes it in pink or red. I think depending on how she's feeling that day, because pink is love and red is passion. Sorry, we've got this full moon in Leo coming up, and that is so passion. It is. I mean, this full moon in Leo it's going to be fantastic because we have no planets in retrograde. We have no planets in retrograde. We're embracing this this new lunar new year, year of the rabbit. I mean, we've got so many great things happening, and it's such a wonderful time to feel that passion, to feel that passionate energy of the Leo full moon. I love that, by the way. Hey, and there's a Leo, at least one Leo in the chat here. But I just want you guys to be careful. When I talk about spell work and I say intentions is like 85% of it, I'm not kidding. But your words do carry weight, right? Your words carry weight, and it's the magnet that is bringing in things. What is it that you want? And be honest. Be honest. Because nobody can crucify you over your taste, right? How will it affect Leo? Actually, I think it's going to give Leos a bit of a boost. I think everybody could use a bit of a boost, but I think the fire signs, Courtney, are going to have a little bit more of a boost than normal, because we haven't had as much fire in the sky. I mean, we really haven't. Where's my list? Hang on. See, I've been trying to, really have been trying to get back to work. Oh, I left my flat iron on. That's not good. No, we really don't have a lot of fire right now. Right now, it looks like we have Jupiter in Aries, and Venus will go into Aries this month, but we don't have a lot of things in fire right now. So I think the fire signs have really been feeling it. I mean, and if you have a lot of fire in your chart, strangely enough, I have quite a bit of fire in my chart. I'm an earth sign, but I have more fire in my chart. I have very little water. And I think I may only have one thing in water in my chart. But yeah, we have Venus moving into Aries on the 20th. So we do have we're going to have a little bit more fire. So we'll have Venus and Jupiter in Aries, and then Mercury goes into Aries in March. Yeah. So I think that it's going to give the fire signs a boost, because a lot of these slow moving planets, Courtney, have not been in a fire sign in a minute. I mean, because Jupiter changes like every year. Is it every year? Yeah, I think Jupiter moves every 12. I have it all written down. Jupiter moves every 12 to 13 months. So Mercury, Venus, and Mars are the faster moving planets, but Saturn only moves every 2.5 years. Uranus only moves every 7 years. Neptune 14, and Pluto can be in the same sign for up to 31 years. So Pluto's moving into Aquarius this year, and then he's retrograding back. Neptune is still in Pisces. Uranus is still in Taurus. Saturn is moving this year too. Saturn, I think, is moving into Pisces this year. Hey, Ashley Nicole. Saturn's moving into Pisces this year. So we have a lot. I mean, there's a lot of the three fast moving planets are Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Um, so that's fun, right? But there's really a lot going on right now, and I think that the fire signs are probably feeling neglected. But it's okay. I mean, it is okay, Courtney. It's coming back around. Yeah. So, that's again, I want you guys to be careful what you are wishing for, what you're saying you want. If you are saying to your friends and your family that you want a certain outcome or you want a certain thing to happen, or whatever it is that you want, make sure that that's really what you want. Make sure that you're not just saying it because you think that's a popular thing or because you think that's the right thing or it's trendy. Make sure that you're saying what you really want, or just don't say anything to them. Just be like, "Yeah, I'm looking, I'm thinking, whatever." I mean, just don't say anything. If you're not wanting to manifest what they want you to have. I know. It's a very interesting it's very interesting, but I love how all these people keep telling me that they don't manifest, and I'm like, "Uh, so you don't think? I mean, you don't think about things, you don't say things out loud, you're not asking for things because prayers, that's manifesting, people. It is. So you're asking for something. What is it that you're attracting? What are you telling the universe that you want? What are you saying? Make sure that your words are like what you're looking for. Man, that really looks weird not to have incense ash like all over my shelf back here. I feel a little weird. I haven't been burning a lot of incense this week. I've been using my diffuser, my essential oil diffuser with the um rosemary and peppermint, trying to quell this headache. But yeah. Okay, Courtney. See, that's the other thing. All right, I love Courtney. She's so funny. The universe don't be listening. All right. First, what that's almost exactly what this dude said to me. And you know what I said to him? I was like, because you you keep asking for he said, he goes, but I'm asking for a woman that really knows herself, a strong woman that knows herself. And I was like, yeah, and you are getting stronger and stronger women. The last woman that he went out with was a CEO of a company, and she's 31, and she is like kicking it, man. She knows who she is. She's like, and she just flat told him, he was like, well, can you do this? Can you do this? And she goes, are you going to do that for me? Because I worked 70 hours this week. What have you done? And because he was like, oh, I've been working a lot this week. Well, okay, he has, but he only worked like 50 hours. And he doesn't run the company. And she's like, so when are you going to do that for me? And she left him. And so he was trying to figure out why is it? What is it? And I said, you are trying to manifest strong women that know themselves, and you are getting stronger and stronger women. Like they keep bringing in next level stuff to you because this is what you're asking for. So, what is it that you're asking for? Are you wanting this relationship, this home, this job, whatever to come to you? I mean, it doesn't usually happen like that. And that's the thing too. Several years ago. I wasn't even pregnant with Everett. I think I was reading for these ladies. It was a mother and daughter, like they always came to see me together. And they came to see me one time, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I see like all this," and I was telling them what I saw. And they came back like a few months later and they were like, "You were so wrong. You were so wrong." And I went, "Okay, I'm wrong a lot. Tell me what's going on." And they were like, "Well, you said we were going to move to North Carolina and we were going to do this and this and this." And I said, "Okay, well, so what kind of jobs did you apply for in North Carolina?" "We didn't apply for any jobs." "Okay. Did you go look at houses in that area?" "No." "What did you do?" "Nothing." That's not the answer. That is not the answer. If I see something, it's because it's on your path. It's on your current path. And that's the thing too, is that I'll see it and I'll be like, "Okay, well this is on your current path. If this is what you want, then stay the course. This is where you're headed. If you don't want it, then you need to change something. You need to change your mind about something and you need to move in a different direction." So that was fun. I don't actually know if they ever moved. But yeah, you have to keep going. You have to keep like heading in that direction. And I still love that like Courtney's like the universe don't be listening. But they are listening. And also it's not just us on this planet, right? There's a lot of other people. So sometimes what we want does require the choices of others. Sometimes it requires other people's input. So, like, for instance, sometimes when I see a job come available or a home come available, I'll be like, I don't actually know when this job is coming available. I just see that it's, I, I just see that they are thinking about retiring or somebody's thinking about getting another job, and I don't know what kind of timeline is on this because it does require the other person to make a decision. It is their free will, right? So that's a big deal. It's like I'm sure that people have been like, "Oh, I see this class coming up that you could attend," and then somebody drops out and doesn't teach it. Okay. You know, there's a different they need to put me at the front of the line and make something happen. Hey, there's actually a couple of people, Courtney, in the chat that have had like issues with job searches. It sucks. It sucks right now because there's so many people that are applying for jobs that are overqualified. I mean, because I don't know what's going. It's like jobs are getting not scarce, but it's just such a weird job market right now. I mean, it really is. That's why you see people with like master's degree panhandling. Although I'm not mad at them for doing that. They probably make more than me and my husband put together. But the thing is, what are you telling the universe? And that's something I want everybody here to do. I want you to think honestly about what you're saying. And I'm doing it too because I felt like I was jumping down this guy's throat who he's probably not going to come back to me as a client. Like I said, that's okay. But I feel like what am I truly asking for? What is it that I'm asking for? Because I do see that with business people too. They will say, I want my business, like if they own a business, they'll say, I want my business to thrive. I want my business to do this. I want my business to do that. But when it comes to the point, they won't do it. When it comes to it, they're they're scared of success. They're scared of like really being tied to that job, that business. And they like keeping it on a small scale because maybe they can hang a sign in the door that says gone fishing or something. I don't know. But I'm just saying that it it's what you're asking for. But I have seen people do this. I have a friend that's a business coach, and she tells me all the time, she says, half the people that come to me for a to as business coach advice and they pay me for business advice. She said, they don't actually want it. She said they don't actually want to do it. She said maybe like 20% of my clients actually want their business to go somewhere because she has people that she calls them the excusers. They have a lot of excuses. She says the excusers come in and they say, "But I can't hire somebody right now. I can't I can't put together a health benefits for employees. I have to pay for like I guess there's a bunch of stuff you have to pay for like workman's comp and stuff like that." And so she calls them the excusers. She said they always have an excuse as to why they shouldn't go up to the next level. And she said, but then I have these other people that go, okay, so I can't work more than I am. I want to hire somebody. What do I do next? And she goes, okay, well, let's start by, if you hire a part timer, then, there's not as much benefits that you have to cover. And she said, the excusers don't realize that there are grants out there. There are places that like help small businesses continue to thrive. And she said, the excusers, they don't want to hear that. They go, "Oh, I won't qualify for that. I won't qualify for that." So they just want to stay in their little niche. But they've told their friends and family that they want their business, their whatever it is, that they want it to be big, they want it to grow, they want to make a lot of money, they want to do this. And that's what they've told their friends and family. So the universe keeps bringing them all these opportunities for growth, and they don't want to join in. They just don't want to do it. So again, be careful what you ask for. Why don't you say, hey, Kelsey, hey, Amber Melanie. So why don't you say instead, I want my business to keep me solid. I want my business to keep me in tennis shoes or keep my house going or whatever. I want my business to stay at this level. Manifest that instead and be real about what you're asking for. Be like for real about what it is that you're manifesting. Because again, if you tell the universe this, or if you're saying it even to your friends over coffee. I mean, I keep talking about drinking because I don't really know why. Habit, I guess. But you would think that I was a boozer because I just I got a bottle of wine for my birthday and I'm just now getting to the end of it. My birthday was in August. Yeah. Um hey Kim. Hey Cindy. Yes, and thank you again for all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for like sending me all of the healing energy and all the well wishes, because y'all were some of them that were sending me all of that energy, and I do appreciate it. So right now, again, my blood pressure is at a manageable level, and I don't have a headache. I don't have a migraine. So cheers. What do you think, Mouse? Mouse agrees. Yeah, he wasn't happy when I had a headache because I wasn't in the office. Um, so again, I just want to tell everybody it is important what you put out there. It is important what you say. Don't say to your friends and family something that you want when it's not really what you want. If you don't want this type of person, or you don't want your company to be a success, or you want them to think that you're humble or whatever, I don't know. Don't put it out there if that's not what you want. Because what you're doing when you say it, you're putting a big magnet on those thoughts and feelings, and you're drawing in that. So again, I probably did lose a client. It's okay. But he has been manifesting for the longest time the wrong kind of woman, because that's what he thought he was supposed to say. And when he did, and he got off the phone with me and he texted me and he was like, I've been thinking about this all day. And he was just like, I really do think that I want someone more like my mom. My mom was a stay at home mom, but she knew who she was. She was a strong woman. And I said, okay, use that as an example. And I was like, you're attracting these kind of women. You're attracting CEOs. You need to attract someone like your mom. And there is absolutely, I'm going to say it again, there is absolutely nothing wrong with you wanting a partner that is going to stay at home and, take care of the kids or take care of the home. And it doesn't matter if they're a man or a woman. I mean, if if I made enough money by myself for Dr. Seuss to stay at home and do the laundry, he would be like, "Yeah, I'll do that. I'll jump on that." But instead, we're really good at a partnership. I mean, because we do it all together. I'm just like, "Hey," in fact, right before the show started, I was like, "I need you to put the clothes in the dryer." And he was like, "I'm on it." And and I loaded the dishwasher. So we had everything, we've got everything balanced with us, but that's a whole different dynamic because we both work a lot. And so it's just what you want in life. But don't shortchange yourself by asking for something that you think you should want, or saying, well, I know I should want my business to be very successful, but I really don't want to go through the hassle of hiring employees and having workman's comp insurance and doing all of that. Then don't. Then just have your business be successful enough to support you and your family and leave it at that. I mean, you don't have to go worldwide with it, right? I mean, you don't have to be the next Apple. But the thing is, don't seek out people like my friend that's a business coach and say, oh, yeah, I really want to do something awesome with my business, and then be her uh, uh, excusers. That's what she calls the people that give her excuses. The excusers. Oh my gosh, I'm so gonna use that. If she's in the chat, I'm not stealing it. If you give me permission, I'll put your name out there and I'll yeah, I'll tell everybody where I got it from. But it's awesome. So I say all of that when you're manifesting at home and you're doing this alone, or like Jen that's in the chat and says that she writes all of her manifestations detailed in the back of her gratitude journal, which, by the way, I love that. I absolutely love that. And again, I have been writing down how grateful I am for all of you guys, because I cannot believe how many of you texted me and emailed me and sent me messages on Facebook Messenger, or even just dropped lines in the chat saying, I hope you're feeling better, sending healing energy. And I just really, really appreciate all of you so much. I mean, I know, it was just awesome. Like, my cousin called me. It was just, y'all are just freaking awesome. So, I want to show you guys something. These are Coventry Creation blessing kits. You can make your own. This is candle magic. It is manifesting. You can make your own, but I do love these little kits because they put them together for you. And y'all know I'm a little bit lazy with this stuff. But this is one of the blessing kits. I'm trying to get it in the camera. This one is called Success. And you see that there's 3 different color candles in here. These candles are emotional balance, problem solving, and stability. So that is like part of what success is. Um And again, I love these. I will buy these little kits I usually end up giving them away, to be honest with you. But what I do is I usually pull in like the colors and the energy, and I'll go buy some more votive candles like it. And then I set the intention on those candles. And this one has a great little mantra. You know, I need my glasses. The hell? Oh. Ooh, because I've been under the lights most of the day and trying to do edits, so my eyes are starting to bother me. Um, okay, this says, I have an attitude of success. I use it to remind myself that the happiness within creates the successful life I lead. Now, that is a blue candle, a gold candle, and a brown candle. The blue candle is emotional balance, the gold candle is problem solving, and the brown candle is stability. Incidentally, I use brown candles as stability all the time. And honestly, manifesting. So, here's another one, and I like to oh, and I like what this says too. Success is measured by the level of happiness experienced while creating and living your dreams. Let this triad of candles help you identify, love, and manifest your dreams and goals. That's another thing, is being able to identify what it is that you want to do. I mean, and sometimes you just need to have a buffet and say, okay, I'm going to get on this dating app and I'm going to try dating all these different people. Or I'm going to go and look at a bunch of different houses in different neighborhoods. Or I'm going to try all of these different, very different kinds of jobs and see what it is that I really want to do. There's nothing wrong with that. My brown candle has a name. I love her. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, here's the second little packet. This one is abundance. This seems to be popular with some of the people I do readings for. I got to put the glasses back on. Okay, abundance. This has attraction, prosperity, and stability. So, attraction is the red candle, prosperity is the green candle, and of course, the brown candle is stability. My life is filled with unlimited prosperity. I am released from the beliefs and attitudes that block me from my desired abundance. These are great. These are fantastic little packets. You do not have to buy them like this though. You can. I don't even know how much these were, to be honest with you. Probably about $15. Um, but um you can buy them, but you can also put together your own. And I think that it's probably time for us to do another candle magic, like metaphysical practices, and talk about like what the colors mean. And, you know, if you guys are interested in that, like what the colors mean and all those different things. But these are fantastic. These are wonderful. Um, and it's by Coventry Creations, and I just love their stuff. It smells so good. Yeah, and some of their candles are a little expensive, but you know, they're pre-charged. You know, like the energy's already there. You just have to light it and speak it. And again, I'm lazy. But I do buy candles, like plain candles, all the time and charge them up. In fact, you can see some that are charging right now on my I don't know if you can see that over here. On one of my altars, I have a line of candles that are charging so that I can, you know, use them for stuff. It's good times. But so how are you guys feeling about this? I really I want you to think like before you say stuff. I want you to think before you start manifesting. Think before you say something to whoever you're having coffee with, or at your book club, or you know, at the gas station or whatever. Think before you say something, because you don't want to attract the wrong thing. And I'm telling you because things are starting to pick up speed. Now that we don't have any planets in retrograde, and yeah, the Lunar New Year on Sunday, uh Uranus went direct. So right now we don't have any planets in retrograde until Mercury goes retrograde in April, and then Pluto goes retrograde May 1st. So we got some time to move things along in this little few months. So I encourage you to look closely at what you're drawing in. Look closely at what you're attracting. If the wrong things are coming into you, look closely at what you are saying when you're asking for it. Look closely, because if you're asking for the wrong thing, it's not going to help you out. It's just going to frustrate you. This is good stuff. So don't tell the universe that you want a strong woman that knows herself if that's not what you want. Oh my gosh. I don't think he ever watches my shows, so, you know, but it's okay. At least he heard me. And it is weird when you have those kind of clients that you can't be direct with. And then I have so many clients that are like, just tell me straight out. And I'm like, okay, are you sure? And that's, it's a fine line when you try to, like, because you don't want to hurt people's feelings, right? But yeah, it's good times. Do you guys have any questions? Maybe a candle magic show would be good. I mean, we've got a new moon in Pisces coming up in February. I mean, that could be good. New moon in Pisces with candle magic. I mean, that's a very, very intuitive moon, right? All right. Well, I'll put something together for that. I'll see if I'll check with Carrie and see if she has anything to contribute to that. It would kind of be fun for us to do a show together, a live show together. You know? That would be so much fun. I'm gonna have to ask her. Oh my goodness. Hi, Anise. I think I'm saying your name right. You're Gemini. I have a Gemini moon. I do love me some Geminis. Y'all are fun. One of my dads is a Gemini. And with Mars in Gemini, I think that's like throwing a lot of Geminis off. But thankfully, Mars is moving out of Gemini in March. This has been a long one. I'm ready for Mars to move out. Let's see, when does Mars move out? Mars moves into Cancer on March 25th. It has been in Gemini since August. This has been a tough one because Mars in Gemini is very illuminating, and it reveals hidden things or things that have been hidden from you. I know. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to sign off cuz the lights really are bothering my eyes. But thank you so much. I'm so sorry I missed last week. I'm so sorry that I missed a week of readings at the round table, but I'm back in it. I've been recording all week as much as I could. And I finally got the numerology for February up on readings at the round table. So February's numerology is up and ready to go. And I think, yeah, because I recorded the February's numerology, like before I was incapacitated with that, with the headache and blood pressure stuff. It's, uh, so I got that edited and I got it posted. It should have been posted today. So there you go. But I'll get the weekly readings, the weekly zodiac readings out, like tomorrow, maybe Saturday. I know I'm still a little behind the curve, but I'm trying to get it out there. So thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate all of the like messages and all just everything. I appreciate y'all checking on me. So thank you so much. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. And until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.